Hey, it's Coach Tom Ferry. Happy Friday. It's Life by Design, your place online for ideas, inspiration, and how to stay in action. So I got this question from Betty Lou. Let's scan in here real fast. Betty Lou is one of our coaching clients, and she asks, Tom, I don't know what else I can do. I feel I'm doing everything I'm supposed to, but I seem to remain the bridesmaid and never the bride, so to speak. 4 to 5 times, I'm just one step behind the listing agent that gets the listing or the buyer's agent who ultimately makes the sale. What else can I do? So, Betty, you're a coaching client. I've got a lot of different advice for you. The first thing I would say to you is this. Acknowledge the fact that right now you're saying, look, I'm going out on these presentations, so I'm getting close. The first thing you got to get in life is you're not going to win every time, right? What do we say at all of our events? If you're taking 75% of the appointments you go on, you're crushing it. Most people that are going on a high level of appointments today are getting 50% of the appointments that ultimately choose them. So, Betty, the first thing I'm going to ask you is this. Are you properly pre-qualifying every appointment you go on? The second thing is are you creating degrees of separation, noticeable degrees of separation between you and the competition? Understand that early on in the sales presentation, it is about removing obstacles that are or are not there by creating degrees of separation. Why you versus the competition? Now, Betty might say, but Tom, I'm new. So, Betty, you got to ride on the shoulders of the giants in your office. You got to ride on the degrees of separation of your company, the market share you have, whether it's this big or this big. You got to play on the strengths of the organization. And as somebody new, you and I both know, you never say you're new. Instead, you want to have this mindset of just confidence, focus, intensity, passion. That's going to get you over the edge. So, pre-qualification, number 1. Number 2, create degrees of separation early and often. Degrees of separation could be everything from, I will hold your home open every weekend personally and be here for every showing as an example. And perhaps, I don't know this, Betty, but perhaps as a newer agent, you might have time to do that. That is a degree of separation to some sellers, not to buyers. Seller conversation only. Third part of this is, have you watched Joe D or Randy Ora's live listing presentations on the back end of the website? For all of our coaching clients, you know they're there. They're there for you to watch. They're there for you to observe. These are 2 of the best listing agents in the country today. Watch and observe, Betty, what they're doing in terms of how they pre-qualify, how they create degrees of separation, how each of them talk about price, how each of them talk about commission, completely different, how they handle all the different objections. The bottom line is this. Sales is a process. It's a process of asking a series of questions that naturally and automatically lead you and the prospect to a desired end result. Sales is a process of asking a series of questions that lead you and the prospect to a desired end result. I would ask you, if you were to record your listing presentation, just you and a couple buddies, you and a couple family members, and you set up a flip video camera like this, I would ask you to record it and then send it to your coach and have them observe. Are you talking or are you asking questions? What we discover with most people is when they're on a listing presentation or a buyer presentation, guess what they're doing? They don't know what to say. And when you don't know what to say, what do most people do? Blah, 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 blah. You start talking. And what happens is you talk yourself out of the sale. So, Betty, I hope that helps. And for all my friends that are watching today, when was the last time you recorded your buyer presentation, your seller presentation, your recruiting presentation, whatever service you're in? Have you recorded your presentation? Because remember, that's your moment, the sun. That's your opportunity. The bases are loaded. You're down by 3. It's the bottom of the 9th, and you're up to bat. That's your opportunity to knock it out of the park and win the game. But if you're not working on the quality of your presentation, your ability to build rapport in 60 seconds or less, your ability to pre-qualify and create degrees of separation to make a powerful presentation, no matter what industry you're in, if you're not working on that presentation, you're going to lose more often than you should. Strategy matters. Passion rules. Talk to you on Monday.